Good morning, guys. Today we got a little install. Picked up this engine temperature sensor slash alarm for the Hiace, and we're going to install it. It seems to be a pretty simple install. Only a couple wires got to hook up. The reason I'm installing this is because the 1KZs that come in the Hiace are sometimes known to overheat, causing the cylinder head to crack, and that's something that I would like to avoid. So this is just kind of cheap insurance against that happening. Basically, you got the main unit, which reads the temperature, and you can set the alarm threshold. I believe the threshold for the 1KZs are 222 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm going to double check that. Basically, this goes straight to a cigarette lighter, or you can hardwire it into key on power. This gray wire goes straight to the engine block, where it will feel the heat of the engine. No coolant probe necessary. You can just go straight to the block, pretty easy. And then this blue wire here is the option to hook into an existing oil light on your dash. So basically, you just wire this in with the oil light. When the oil light on your dash starts to flash, this alarm will also sound. But I think I'm just going to stick with the temperature for now. Engine Watchdog, got this off of Van Life Northwest's website, but you might be able to find it elsewhere. I don't know. Some documents, temperature setting guidelines, and installation instructions, which fortunately for me, I don't think we're going to need, at least most of them, because it is a pretty straightforward install. This just mounts under the dash somewhere, 4 screws. I'll probably just screw it right into the middle of the dashboard, and then we'll go from there. Simply out of curiosity, I wanted to take this top piece off just to see in here. Pretty interesting. I think this is probably a good spot. So I will just secure it right here. So when looking at the engine from the passenger side, here's the radiator cap right here, and there's a ground right here on the cylinder head that we will connect the gray wire to. This ground just goes from here to the body over here, and it's going to be a good spot to pull the heat temperature from. Now I have a little bit more room to run wire. Pop this little side cover off because I'm going to run that gray wire through there into the engine, which is just up there. And I found an interesting little artifact tucked up under the dash. I have no idea what this is. It looks like there's a space for a card, like a credit card or something, to slide in. Looks like it has a little credit card thing on there. I have no idea what this would have been for. Please focus. So maybe I'll look it up, but if anyone knows, that'd be pretty sweet. Got the gray wire run through this little area, and then I tucked it back under this little center console piece, and it pops out over there. Right there. So now I'm going to attach it to the ground bolt and then start to tidy up the wiring. Had to put some gloves on because my hands were freezing. Don't blame me. Should be pretty good right there. That's where I secured it. I put it on top of the ground just because I didn't want to mess with the ground. And the heat, I'm sure, is going to transfer through that little washer anyways. So now to run the wire. As per the instructions, I've decided to shorten the wiring, or else I was going to have this huge bundle, and I don't know if it would have affected the temperature reading at all, so I just decided it would be best to cut it. I stripped it. There's a little red wire, and there's a white wire, and then in the middle, this is just shielding for the wires. And then I did the same thing with this side. And now I'm going to solder them together. Alright. Wish me luck. Not going to lie. Not very good at soldering. Alright, got the wires soldered up, taped them off individually, red to red, white to white, and then shields together. Now I'm just gonna insulate them a little bit, and then should be good to start putting everything back together. Here's the wire, nice and wrapped up. Tuck it back there. Should be good. Now I can start just putting this piece back on. I might need to cut a little spot out for this wire to sit. Yeah. Time to get the Dremel. You can see I cut out a real small little indent there. Definitely fits a little bit better. The wire moves and I'm not worried about it, you know, getting stripped and the protection getting rubbed off or whatever. You can see my little sort of messy routing up to the device. Doesn't look too horrible from the top. Got the cigarette lighter wire right there. climb back in here, hit the key. You'll see that light up. So I haven't turned it on yet, which is why it says 0. But to set the alarm, you just press and hold this, and then hold it for 3 more seconds, and then set it. And I already did that. Set to 222 degrees Fahrenheit. And then to change the number, you would just continuously press that set alarm button. Now, all I gotta do is take it for a test drive in a bit to see, you know, if it's working, which I would imagine it probably will work just fine. But that's it. Put back together, seats back in, carpets back in. That should do it.